Hey everyone, welcome to My Mobility YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna present you the Kuickwheel S1-C Pro. So what is a Kuickwheel S1-C Pro? It's a perfect daily commuter. What I hear by daily commuter, it means it's reliable machine, strong, efficient, something you will probably never have to think about, like the bigger machine, like changing your brake pads, your disc, IPX7 by Kuickwheel. So I wouldn't think about it fully waterproof, but more like weatherproof. Don't cross river, I wouldn't advise to do that, but definitely you can drive when it's wet. This model is sold since 2021. We just started to sell it from a few months ago. Why? Because we let it proof on the market, and once we know that's reliable enough that our importer is able to provide us all the parts, we decide to sell it. So that machine is a 36 volts, 13 ampere. What does that mean? In terms of range, myself with a 100 kilo payload on the machine, I can do about 30 kilometers of range. It is advertised for about 50-60 kilometers. You will probably do it with a payload of 60 kilo and 10 kilometers per hour, but you can really count on a 25-30 kilometers, which is good actually for most of the human-sized city for your daily routes. On the Kuickwheel S1-C Pro, you have front suspension combined with the air inner tube tire. Front inner tube tire don't get as easy flat as the rear because all the weight when you drive is based on the back of the machine. And to avoid that, Kuickwheel installed a solid tire in the rear. It's a quite wide tire, so stable enough. And in the front, to absorb all the shock, you have the air tire and the suspension, which is quite efficient actually. By driving on really bad roads, you can really feel, not like if you can compare like a 9-bot Max for example, if you don't have any shark set suspension installed on your 9-bot, it's really hard even with the tubeless tire provided by 9-bot. On that one, actually, that's a very good balance between comfort and reliability, not getting trouble with the tires. The front brake is a drum brake. Big advantage on a drum brake on a daily commuting machine is that you won't change your brake shoe every 500 kilometers like you can do on a scooter with a disc brake. For all disc brake users on the electric scooter, you know that as soon as you drive a bit in rainy condition, you change your brake pads every 200, 300, 400 kilometers. On that one, you will definitely change maybe a drum brake every 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 kilometers. Second advantage of the drum brake, the drum brake placed in the front of the machine will slow down without blocking the wheel. That's a really good advantage. The drum brake is also coupled with an electromagnetic brake. So as soon as you release the throttle of the Kuickwheel, the motor is also slowing down. So the advantage, you have like kind of two brakes with one lever action. If I can try to compare, the point is not to compare a 9-bot Max G30 and a Kuickwheel, it's just to give, because the 9-bot is more famous on the market. If I can compare, the braking power on the Max is a bit better than on the Kuickwheel, but it does definitely plenty enough its job. Now we're coming on the folding system. So we don't have yet a lot of experience on this folding system, but we see it's quite ingenious. As you can see here, you have this little ring that you can adjust. So this screw is coming on top of that ball, and if you unscrew it or screw it, then you can adjust the tension of the folding system. So this is quite easy to adjust when you get a single little wobble coming on your stem. But don't wait. As soon as you feel a wobble, adjust it, pass by the shop, we can do that for you. We keep staying on the front of the machine. On the left side, we can see the charging port, the 36 volt battery charging with a 42 volt charger of 3 ampere per hour. So you will charge your battery in about 4 to 5 hours. The kickstand of the step on the side of the machine is quite solid, as you can see. I think it has the right dimension, it has a little shoe, and that's makes the step really stable. I really put the emphasis on that because it's not always the case with every machine. To fold the step, you simply pull that one down. You have that hook here, which has two uses actually. First, to lock it and to carry your machine. And second, you can also hang here a bag or whatever you want. Be careful. I wouldn't recommend to hang something too heavy, 1-2 kilo max. Why? Because if you are not used, having like a big weight on the top of the stem will make you lose your balance, and it's quite dangerous on the road. On the handlebar of the Kuickwheel, on the right side, here we have a throttle, which is really smooth and nice. Kind of plastic hand grip, which are also quite comfortable. Your brake on the left, a bell, which is okay. And a nice thing on this Kuickwheel S1C Pro is blinkers. So like a motorbike, you have blinkers left, right, and you can see the rear LED light, which are always on, blinking when you turn it on. On the display, you have a single button, like most of the scooters on the market. One press is to change your mode, eco or drive, which is maximum 25 km to be totally street legal. And double push to turn on your front lights. Note the rear lights are always on. The front light, once again, I'm going to compare with the 9 Max, is okay, but you have a better lighting quality in the night with the 9 Max. Under the stem, we have the 6 screws holding the stem to the steering column. Why I would like to put the emphasis on that is that because with our experience, we know that 6 screws are necessary to not, with the time and with the wobbles and with the road quality, they unscrew by themselves. On that one with 6 screws, it's much steadier, it's way better. But don't forget, as soon as also, and always keep in mind, you feel a little wobble, don't simply tie them back to avoid that they wobble and damage the screws. Otherwise you have more problem. Kuickwheel have also installed some reflectors, so that's quite safe. So you have 2 reflectors on the side for the night where the cars can better see you. Front reflectors, and which is quite interesting on the rear of the machine is that the light can be seen by others from the back, but also from the side. As you can see, they have a certain angle. So that's also more safety for your ride by night. And last but not least, I didn't talk about the rear motor. So those are 10 inches wheels. Like I said, air tire in the front, solid tire in the rear. So solid tire means that it's a bit less comfortable, but you will never get a trouble with your tire. To change your tire, you can expect a frequency of about 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 kilometers. After that, it needs to be replaced to have more grip. The motor is a 500 watt motor, which has actually a great torque. Once again, I'm going to compare with the 9 Max. It has a bit more torque than the 9 Max, even with the people who are familiar with that, with the serial number 9 motors on the 9 Bot. So which is quite nice to start from red lights and to not be stuck at red lights and people are waiting behind you. Okay, so our general thought on this machine for now. We will try to make a feedback after a few months, if we can also, or 1 year maybe. So I think just by the design of it and our little experience in the scooters, I think it's a quite strong machine for a price of 699 euro right now in September 2022. I think it's a serious competitor in the scooter market. The frame, you can see, is sleek, so I don't think we are going to have a lot of trouble with the frame side. It is well designed, so once again, for a price of 699 euro, I think it's a really good compromise price quality. There is not a lot of machine on the market which can be relied on. The weight of the machine is 22 kilo. It's not the lightest machine, but it's doable to carry in and out of a train, in and out of the bus. It's just a bit bulky when you fold it. But also one thing, the bigger the machine, the more stable. And I think what we want today is safety, except for people who are to commute daily and get in the train, the tram, or for a few kilometers, maybe they would prefer a smaller machine like an e-tour, for example. But if you don't need all those things, or you need to commute in the train like once a month or once a week, carrying 22 kilo out and in and out of the train, I don't think it's a big trouble. So yes, this machine I think will be a good selling machine for 699 euro. They are available in our shop in Antwerp and in Leuven. You can also buy them directly online on our website, mymobility.be or mymobility.be. If you have any trouble, like always, we do all the repairs in our own workshop, which is a big advantage rather than buying directly something online. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I see you soon for new reviews in the near future. See you!